Good evening everyone and welcome to another tournament stream, woohoo! Today I will be following Pink versus Jokes and Pink versus Raid, so that's gonna definitely be fun. A little bit of house cleaning to get out of the way. There are no rewards for watching this stream. Basically the only reward that you get is epic gameplay. There's like, the thing is that only the final streams have rewards, and I know that that's a bit confusing because yesterday people streamed and those streams were on the portal and those streams had giveaways attached to them and everything, but that is not the case here with the round robins because yesterday was the grand finals for the lower echelon and the middle echelon, so that's all determined now. But this is the round robins, not yet final stages, so no reward for this. Also, there is a 3-minute delay on this stream, and that is to avoid anyone stream sniping, so there is that, of course. And you're free to talk whatever language you want in the chat. Just be aware that I cannot read Cyrillic, so if you have anything that you want to ask me, then you will have to ask it in English. And of course, be polite and civil. Those are my only requirements for the chat, and I don't think that that's a lot to ask. So with that in mind, we are in my garage right now on my press account, and we're just waiting for the room timer to drop below 3 minutes, because then I can actually just like basically show you what's going on. Because the thing is, with the 3 minutes delay, it also means that I cannot be in the room until the room timer has dropped below 3 minutes to avoid people seeing each other's lineups. So basically now we just wait, and yeah, it should be fun. All in all, the standings, I can show you that, we've got time. The standing is basically Appa and Serenity with 6 and 5 points, which is currently 8 and 7 points. BPS and Ikra and the other BPS and Raid all gained 1 point, so that is 5, 5, 4 and 2 for Raid. And then we have Pink and Jokes that haven't gotten a point yet, so they're still on 3 and 2. So anything can still happen in this top 8, and that actually makes it really good fun. I'm a big fan of that because it's nice when it's not predictable, when the top 4 can still be pretty much any clan. But a lot depends on what happens tonight, and that's, honestly, I love that. Because the pressure's on for both these teams, both for Pink and for Raid. If they want to have any chance at the top 8 at all, they have to win this match. And like, they have to win the next ones, of course, as well. But every point is, like, really important to them. And that puts a lot of pressure on these matches. And that's one of the things that I really like about it. So yeah, currently we are just waiting for everyone to ready up, and then we will see what's going to happen in battle. Raid, in the meantime, is ready with no less than 5 Type 71s. And 2 113s for Port Bay. No fast tank, no spotters, no like incredibly slow tanks either, mind you, but I'm just pointing out the fact that they've got no metal lights, and usually we do see at least one LT or a Sheridan or something like that. So that's going to be interesting to watch as well. So, hey Gamrier. Gamri just said, I've heard good news about Pink. They won 10-6 against Appa yesterday in trading. I hope they performed that well today too. One thing that I will mention there, that yes, that is a good score, but trading doesn't really say anything because people will try things that they don't usually try there, both sides. And it's also like no guts, no glory kind of thing, but at the same time, it also lets your opponent learn more about you, about the way that you play and the positions that you usually go to. So yes, it's good, but at the same time, it is tricky. And like I said, Pink is not doing too well. So, well, the last half of the last round robin and the beginning of this one has not gone particularly well for them. Sorry. But yeah, they are ready with 4 Type 71s, 2 60TPs and an LT. They do have that spotting tank. They have that tank that will basically keep you spotted for 20 seconds if they shoot you. Honestly, I do hope that, of course, they perform really well, because we've seen them be absolutely epic before. But it will be up to them, and it's not going to... Basically, the top 8 is pretty strong this time around, so it's not going to be easy for them either. So let's see. I hope they make it Gamrier. But trading can basically, it can be, looks can be deceiving. I think that's the saying for it. Because you can't trust that to determine what's going to happen the next time they meet Appa, because Appa is incredibly strong right now. And when you actually have like the tool match, that's something else altogether. Or maybe they have already met them, I don't know. I'll check after. After the matchup, I mean. But here we go into the first game of the Raid versus Pink match on Port Bay. And we see Pink going entirely towards the Bay seaside. Nisi? No idea actually. We have Rico spotting. Pink actually going more towards the city. And he is just there waiting for them to be spotted. And he does spot Blue and Drizzle there now. And they know that that light tank is going to be somewhere. And as a result, we now have Scorpio Drago going into base B immediately. Unspotted so far. If they get base B, that is a good advantage to have. And we have Rico driving alongside the back. Scorpio Drago has to be a little bit careful because they know where the tanks from Raid are. They are around base C. Rico now going for the base A cap. Going to get that pressure on with the double cap. And we have Pink stacking their tanks here. And Sick is spotted. And immediately you see the guns reacting. But he's not going to be alone there. And that's something that they have to keep in mind. Sick and Gutsto losing the first bounce of HP. And now we have Pink responding. Going after Sick. Because the thing is that with the 113, it has good DPM. It's also quite juicy. That's the first tank from Raid gone. So now they're focusing on Messi, which is the next 113, because that's, again, it's the juicier target. Gutsto is driving on, leaving Messi to get dealt with by Pepple, probably. Yeah, there he goes. And Svinograd is holding the line there. At the same time, Rico has basically gone beyond and also kept base C, which adds a lot of pressure. So even with Svino gone, with Pink now having 3 bases, that is a lot of pressure. Gutsto losing quite a bit of HP is probably not going to survive that. Whoa, he actually is. Blue missing that shot because Brian is just basically bullying him. And he still wants to get Gutsto. Scorpion Drago might not survive. That shot actually missed. Brian is actually doing a fantastic job just trolling Blue there. And we're already at 1k points. They don't even get the chance to finish the job because they kept the 3 bases. Good evening, sir. Well played here. Pretty aggressive game. But Pink going for the caps like that basically just sealed the deal and just added that much pressure. And that makes it all the better, to be honest. Because those are the kind of games that makes things interesting. Because it puts so much pressure on the other team. And let's see. 1 minute and 4 seconds left before we go into the second game on Port Bay. It is a best of 7, which means that the first team to reach 4 victories has got the point. And like I said, there's a lot riding on this for both teams because they both really need that point. And let's see. Raid now ready with 5 top 71s and 2 113, sticking with that. And on the other side, we see pink with 1 LT, 5 Type 71s, and 1 60TP this time. "15 seconds left. And also, again, there are no rewards for watching the stream. The only reward is the epic gameplay that you get to see from these lovely teams. And here we go. Into the second game here. Raid again heading for the base C area. I think they're hoping for like a kind of ball thing going on. Pink was just completely ready for them last time. We have Rico now crossing over, going to the corner, and probably going to get spots in from there. He's not actually going to the corner just yet. He is driving around a little bit, spotting them as they come. Scorpion Drago gets spotted, gets hit for it, but so does Messi. Oh, Messi being absolutely farmed here. Does make it onto the hill alive, but lost a lot of HP for that. And at the same time we see Drizzle taking quite a nosebleed now. Gutsto being hit hard. And we have Rico flanking around there, which is also going to be important, because he's not going there to spot or cap bases. He's going to get behind them to farm them, and that is very important to note, because look at that. I'm just going to focus on him for a moment, because now he's there and he has been spotted, so they know that he's there, but he gets an important kill there. Messi has gone down. Now we do enter a brawl stage, but Rico here has... There he is again. Like, look at the positions. Look at Rico basically flying around, doing very important stuff here. Because now he's just occupying guns. Drizzle is almost gone. Sig is not looking too healthy. Gutsto should get taken out as well, to be fair. But Drizzle is the first one gone, followed by Sig. Old School is behind Gutsto there and takes him out. Scorpion Drago not looking too healthy, but all in all, there's about double the HP, a little less than that, but about double the HP for Pink here. Rico taking out Nisi. Old School bouncing that. And now we just have Falcon and Old School left. And they probably won't be able to reload before they're taken out. Oh, Old School. No, he does not get the shot in. And just again, have to point out Rico's roar here. He went to spot. He spotted them. Then he ran around, got behind them, got the important kill from Messi, who was basically, they were having, Pink was having a hard time taking him out. And then just basically went around, occupied a few guns, which turned around to try and deal with him. Couldn't deal with him, but had turned the tank around, or at least the turrets, which allowed Pink to farm them all. Rico definitely man of the match here. Really good job. Sorry, Gambria just said something. I'm not gonna repeat it, but it did make me laugh. Basically, if you now scroll back in the chat 3 minutes, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah. Pink now ready for Faust with 2 VK72s, 2 TVPs and 3 Type 71s versus an IS-4, 3 Type 71s, a LT, a 215B and a 113 for the third game. Matches are going pretty quickly. They're pretty aggressive, to be fair. Very little, like, overall tactical... Well, no. Have to rescind, that's the word I was looking for, that, because they're actually playing it very tactical, but in a very quick and brutal kind of way, because they're pushing in And last time we had Rico capping the bases, and then the second match he was just running around and occupying people and everything. He's basically pivotal to what they're doing. So it's interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what he's going to do in the super heavy here, because that's an entirely different role than what he's been playing so far in this matchup. Honestly, absolutely love it. Let's see. Would help if we load it into the map there. Let's see. Mesty now in the LT. Going for a cap. We have Gutstone in the base. People are getting spotted already. This map can be a bit difficult to spectate on. No reset has happened. D and C both being capped, but now we have Falcon in the middle together with Nisi. Nisi going for the cap. Pepple has been spotted, but there's no one there. No one is at A. And they're just securing their cap there. Pepple takes a little bit of a hit there. But so does Falcon, and a bit more. Svinograd now reloading his gun. And we have Ray just basically tentatively feeling out where Pink is. Gutstone versus Stick. They know, they're sensing that Rico is a little bit unprotected here. And that shot not panning is very important as well, because now they're free to, well, not necessarily just go in and farm, because it's not like that. Pink has Vinograd shooting Falcon heavily. He gets taken out by Flame there. But Rico has steadily been whittled down. He's not looking too healthy. He does get another shot into blue. Gets taken out now. And we're going to go through with Nisi. This is why I hate Faust at times. I love the map. Gutstow being set upon by both Sick and Nisi here. But Sick gets taken out first. Nisi Gutstow gets to survive another reload. But both, oof. Messi got absolutely murdered there. And I absolutely missed that because I'm focusing on everything that's happening on the ramps here. Flame gets taken out with his remaining 4 HP, but there goes blue as well. Gutstow being chased by Nisi. It is 3 versus 5. And they both bounce. Raid has 3 bases though. So if they survive, and if they get a few more kills, because that would definitely help. Gutstow gets taken out. Ooh, oof, that was brutal. And now it's just Drizzle together with Nisi, and he's going to get taken out as well. There he goes. Now it's just Nisi. I'm just going to switch to first person now because there's only one red tank to focus on. He needs that TVP. No, he bounces on Scorpion Drago. To be fair, versus 4, there's little to no chance of him winning, even with 3 bases. He does get that kill. And now Brain is basically the master of blocking here. And blocking in the positive sense. Because he's so far managed to keep his teammates alive multiple times. And has just done a fantastic job as well. Even with this, he just forced him into a certain direction where Nisi just couldn't move. And they had him at an angle that they wanted him in. 1.5 minutes left to go. This is potential match point for Pink already. If they win the next match, then they have the point for this. And like I said, that is important because they both really need this point. But Ray definitely needs to regroup, because they will have to win 4 in a row in order to get the point, and that's going to be very tough. It's happened before, but that's definitely not an easy thing to do. So we got Pink ready with 5 Type 71s and 2 TVPs. And on a raid side we see a nice 4, 3 Type 71s, an LT and 2 on 5B, and a 113. I do love Faust, don't get me wrong, but basically the thing is that when you're spectating, it has this really annoying habit that if you fly into a wall, or are just not low enough, or flying a bit too fast, or whatever, it will jump you 1 floor up or above the building completely, and then you lose literally sight of what you're trying to show. And that makes things very difficult to spectate on. The only map that is worse at that is Ghost Factory. But I do love Faust because it's such an interesting map. Because you have the ramps and you have the tunnels and everything, nothing is just standard there. Everything is special. And here we go. Countdown clock has begun. And let's see. Let's see if Raid can pull this back. Some of the players are like not very old as in age, but very old as in having played tours for years and years, having been world champion even. And we know they're epic, it's just not really coming out this matchup. Raid sticking together, going up the ramps and towards base C, where we have Pink, a bit more spread out. Most of Raid having been spotted now. And look at this train though. They are just waiting. Hiding in the shadow. Hiding in a line. This is going to be very interesting to watch. This is what I mean. This is what I mean. It just jumps. So they're going up the ramps. Blue and Nisi are down below. And now we have... It's done it again. The 3 types are just responding now. Going immediately after Nisi. Farming him. Pepple is going to arrive at the back there. To farm them further. Nisi, almost gone. Gets taken out. Blue now alone and in a difficult position as well. Can't really angle because again Brian is doing the blocking thing. And he's fantastic at it. He's just doing this repeatedly, making people unable to get away and to angle properly and everything. Now they're going after Falcon. Raiders lost 2 guns. Gusto, now Swino and Brian are not too healthy, but they need to be able to take them out, and that's the issue. And now we have Scorpion Drago doing the blocking thing, which has so far worked out really well for them. Old School gets taken out. And it's fairly clear, well, unless they magically get a lot of kills. The focus fire here from Pink is honestly fantastic. Brain gets taken out by Drizzle. Messi takes some massive hits, trying to take out Gusto. And he is being chased by Rico. Drizzle is not going to be long for this world. It actually gets turned around. Drizzle and Sig both get taken out. And now it is just Messi. And Pink, with their whole blocking tactic, has managed to keep people alive. Messi jumping to his death pretty much. Brutal games, but this is the Pink that I've been waiting to see. Because like when we saw them in the qualifiers, I was like, you see the potential, you see how pro they can be, and you want to see that. And in this case, this is definitely the kind of Pink that I was waiting for, let's say. Because I just love the fact that the way that they played, with Rico just running around, like, it's such clever gameplay. The blocking from Brian and also from Scorpion, but definitely Brain. I keep calling him Brian, but it's Brain. But Brain just keeps blocking people in the most effective way, which really basically helps his team. And that's so cool to see, because that's the kind of thinking that you need in a team like this. So yeah, absolutely love it. Fantastically played. And commiserations to Raid, because like I said, they're epic as well. It just didn't come out this match. We've seen them play absolutely fantastic over the years. This is just not their strongest season. And that can happen. Every team has that. But wow. What games. Let's see. Other matches are obviously still going, because we got like 45 minutes before we get the next matchup. So I'm going to be showing you some replays. I got a lot of IS-8 battles, so I'm going to be showing you that as well. Thank you, Dom, by the way, for minding the chat for me. And let's see. Thing with Professor A is like Agassi is a really nice guy. There's a few things with the way that he plays that I standard disagree on, like the amount of premo that he takes. He takes so little premo, and that's like I've seen also like really good battles that he's lost because he doesn't carry premo, and then the premo that he has, he rarely uses it. But that being said, like he isn't a fun player to watch as well, and I like basically IS-8 is such a lovely tank. Haven't touched it in ages, but it's so nice. Oof. That didn't work out. Has to be careful not to over-angle it, because it is an IS-8. Nice little bounce. AMX basically now blocking him. This is bannable. You can actually ban someone for that if you report him via ticket, because that is not the way to play. That'll do. Let's see, he's getting shot from the hills. And again, damaged armor rack though. Oh, and it is such a lovely tank. I wouldn't trust that AMX at all, to be honest. Yeah, let him take the shot. Nice high roll. AMX and Action X both dead. There we go, that was needed. Now we have a standard B. Base B is being taken. Oh, nice little bounce there. And he wants to not be there anymore. That was a bit of a derp. And there we go. Hey, Stan. To be fair, Raid has done some incredible things as well. So, like, I'm not surprised that Pink played that bowl, but it could have been different, is what I mean. Well done. Ooh, juicy Borsig. He is going to eat one. I think Agassi is just really careful with his credits overall. Because I would have fixed everything. And just used Adrenaline there to get more damage in. Last gun left alive. And he does get a little bit of a kill there. And now he's running away. This is also good thinking, cutting him off. Can't believe that penned. And there we go, 1k points. $5,115 damage. Lovely little ace. It is such a lovely tank, this. I honestly should play it more. Nice little game. And let's see. Like, I'm just feeling... I will check the other scores in a bit. They're probably still going, because these games were over pretty quickly. Hey, Agassi. Thing is, when I talk about like use provisions and equipment and promo and everything, is that you should use what the game makes available to you. And I do get that for some people that is a bit harder, because you still have lines to grind, you might not have a lot of credits, you might not play with prem time or have a lot of prem tanks and stuff like that. But the thing is that the better you do, the more credits you earn. So using Primo can actually earn you more credits. Unless of course you spam it and you waste your shots, but that's a whole other matter. His team is being a bit potato here. Ooh. Lorraine is almost dead. He spotted the goose tank there. There goes Lorraine. But they've lost a lot of HP just trying to get rid of him. And this is a tank, like, this is with the single shot. I really need to play this tank and just see how it feels. The goose tank can be so difficult to pen, honestly. Let's see. Even not if it's turned like that though, that definitely helps. Also, Marto's not using any Premo here. Not any adrenaline, I mean. Of course, that can be a valid strategy. I like using adrenaline to make certain that I get a certain result. Or just kind of dish out damage a little bit more quickly. His teammate actually blocking him here. That's not a good thing. That shot went weird. It's pretty camo though. I have like such big FOMO when it comes to camos like this. Because I will want to use it, but I'm very afraid to use it because I don't want to miss out on it on another tank if I like that tank better later on. Like, could be years from now, but I will regret having spent that camo cert on this tank rather than another one. It's kind of FOMO, I think. That missed? Okay. Now he's just fired though. SU is almost dead. He's getting shot at. Defender is gone. Oof. That hit the back kind of thing. He's not long for this world though. There he goes. And with the Uso over there, the Sioux on the hill. There's the Sioux. I have way too little patience for this, to be honest. He's not looking at you. Nice. He's still not looking at him. Oh, now he is. Scorpion arriving behind him, and that's gonna be the end of him. There he goes. Beautiful. 4k damage game. Also, like I said though, you're free to speak your own language as long as you're polite and civil, but if there's anything that you want me to respond to or have a question that you need my answer to, you will have to ask it in English. Lovely little game here. Beautiful ace. Let's see, what else have I got for you? I got some more IS-8 replays. So I'm gonna show you another one there. Ooh, Canal. I do love Canal. And it's a map that really loans itself to heaviums like this. It can work really nicely. Let's see, going for the early cap, which is generally a good call. This is always a very risky move, especially when you do not know yet where their TDs and lights are. But no guts, no glory, I suppose. He does get hit, so there are multiple campers. Now he's spotted for 20 seconds. That is a clipper. Thing is that over time, I've got a few cameras that are unlocked on everything. And that's something that I really... That was a necessary bounce, necessary ram as well. There we go. Beautiful. So I have camos that I can use on everything, which is definitely helpful because, like I said, big FOMO. I can't believe you bounced that, not gonna lie. You're an IS-8. You rarely bounce anything. But that bounced. But yeah, I like pimping my rides. And that's an issue on its own. Because I always feel like, I don't know, big FOMO with the camos that I like the most. He's just letting himself get farmed by now. Oof, that definitely pinned. But he's just steadily farming at this stage. Five v4, they have two bases, so they should have the advantage. There's a Yo over there, who is just not peeking out. C is now being stolen. That needs to be stopped, obviously. Nice. He's just farming damage at this stage, but it's really working out for him. So he died it. There we go, that's the one he's looking at, I think. But overall, he has a really nice little farming game, kept 2 bases, and that's gonna help a lot with the points as well. We'll have to check how many points you got, I guess. See. No, I do not speak Cyrillic or Russian or Ukrainian or anything. I can't. I speak Dutch, I speak English, a little bit of German, a little bit of French. But unfortunately, I cannot read Cyrillic. That's why I keep saying that if you have anything that you want me to reply to, you have to ask it in English. 322. That's not too many, actually. Let's see. Do we have a result yet for the other matches? Some of them are still going by the looks of it. Ikra won. From Jokes. They're up against Apa next, so that's going to be tough for them. Let's see what happened with Apa. Is that still going? They won 4-2 from Gravitas. Serenity. Is that still going then? Yeah, that one is still going. Versus the other BPS. Okay, so that's the one that we're basically waiting for here. But we've got like half an hour left before we see the next matchup. So let's just get back to showing you some lovely replays. This is a new 10k, so might not be super epic, but might definitely be epic as well. Don't know. The Minotauro. Actually, I think Wargaming missed an opportunity here, because you have the Caro, which is called the Caro, which I call the Carrot, and then you have the Contra Caro Minotauro, which would be the Counter Carrot. Well, that's the thing though, like with the KV2, it's got a legendary camo, so I buy that and then I use that because of the name. But that's the thing as well, that's a part of the FOMO, because if I put it on a tank and that tank is getting a legendary camo, then I will regret unlocking that camo on it, because it will have a legendary camo with a cool name. And to be fair, the graphics department has done an absolutely fantastic job lately with the with camos and graphics and all. So yeah. It's definitely a luxury problem, don't get me wrong. I shouldn't be feeling this that strongly in any way. Let's see. Oof, that was a big hit. There, you can have one in turn. Let's see, just basically trying to follow what's being in the chat. But yeah, no, unfortunately I do not speak Russian. I do hope that at some point to, I don't know, maybe learn it. But to be fair, with everything going on in life, I'm not really fussed about it. I'm happy enough that they're losing tanks. Oh, that was needed. And that was needed as well. Now he has to be careful, because that LT does need to die, and he will need both shots for that. Good, now he's heading off. Oof. 3v4. It's definitely still possible. Oof. 2v4. Getting harder now. Oof. He does need this kill. Nah, that's not a kill though. He has to be very careful here and basically measure out his shots. And make sure that he gets the kills. Worth it. Even though he was nearly there with reloading another shell. Yeah, I'm definitely always happy with... Oh, that bounce though! That was important. Colobanov situation for the win. He can do this, he's in a Minotauro. But a lot depends on this kill. Oh, that was needed. That was definitely needed. Do not use that. Oh, that bounce though! And another one. And now they're both just reloading. He's got all 3 shells. Technically speaking, you should easily be able to do this. But you shouldn't want to risk that last shell. Just reload it to be safe. Because then with 2 shells you can take him out. Nice. There we go. Beautiful game, Zach. I thought that this would be like an easy ace because it's a new tank, but this was definitely a proper well-deserved ace. Very lovely game here. Oh, no, that's not what I meant to do. Here we go. Nice Kodo as well. Come on. This is what I meant to do. Absolutely lovely, lovely game here. Beautiful. Let's see. Has Serena? Yes, they have finished. 4-3. Oh my god, tiebreaker there. So tomorrow, I'm not sure who I'm going to be streaming then, but tomorrow we'll have 3 rounds. And after that, we will know the top 4, probably. There's a good chance that there will be some ties. Like on Asia server, apparently, there were a lot of ties today. Like, yeah, 4 teams with the same score, and that's going to be massive. Making things very difficult. But yeah. Let's see. Let's look at another game from Agassi. Basically, if you want me to show your replay, then you will have to join my Discord server and basically post them there, because I've got a channel that is called Tournament Season Replays, and I will happily show off your games there. Let's see. It's having trouble loading into vineyards. There we go. No idea what's being said there either. One thing that has amazed me though is that, like, with the server merge, it's due to reason that stuff will change, but I'm very surprised to notice how much talking there is. Like, EU server has always been like hello or left right kind of thing, and since the server merge, there's like this whole giant talking tea circle happening almost every battle with like whole conversation. I don't get that. He's not been spotted. Wonder if he's going to get away with this. Reverse side scraping is also something that I really cannot do. I know it's like a proper tactic and everything, I just can't do it. 6 damage, wow. GG. Let's see. Now he's moving in to cap the base and get the kill. Nice. Nice. Just cleaning things up now. While capping the base as well. Now, to be fair, Gussie, I never see moderating on my channel as like a job. In my opinion, it shouldn't be seen as that either. I'm happy if you're there, and my giving you a spanner basically means that I trust you to keep the chat civil, so that you will mute people if they're rude, but I also trust in your own behavior that you will be civil. Nice. Cheeky little bounce as well. It's such a lovely tank. I really do need to play it more. Oof. A little bit too impatient there. Can't blame you for that though. Let's see. Can he farm more damage? Yes, he can. Nice little bounce as well. And there we go, 1k points. This is the only thing I wish you wouldn't do though. If it's basically if your team still has 6 players left and the other team loses, then it's not a good game for them. And it can be such a rude thing to say then. So I really wish you wouldn't do that. But overall, very lovely game again. Let's see, we've got some time left. I think we got like, let me check actually. Yeah, we got like 15 minutes left. I've got the not to replay. I've got a lot of replays, but most of them I've already shown. So this is basically you're just getting new games now that I haven't seen yet either. Because I like watching replays for the first time on screen, because then my reaction is also like genuine. Let's see. The Tankenstein. When it first came out, in the game files it was called the Frankentank. And I still think that that would have been such a better tank name for this tank. Frankentank just works a lot better. Let's see. But yeah, I'm still amazed at the amount of talking that happens in game now. It's almost like the NA server. They do the same thing, which is always like, I always find that so funny and weird, but funny. Let's see. It's got quite a big gun. This is one of those tanks that when it first came out, it was pretty strong. And nowadays it's kind of It's like not awful, but it's not great. And there's a lot of tanks that I would prefer over it, like the Smasher for instance. I have full faith that you won't Agassi, don't worry about that. Let's see. They do have a base and they have a gun advantage, so they don't really need to push or do things. Ooh, that helps. There we go. Especially if they're not like focusing on me at all, I would just stay where I was at and be pre-aimed so that I could shoot whenever I'm reloaded. That was the end of him. Poor guy. Let's see. Nice. Slowly farming at this stage, isn't it? Now the thing is that with the GG thing, I know what you're trying to go for, and I know you don't mean it bad, but like the way that I see it, try and put yourself in the position of the other team that just lost by a landslide like that. If you were on that team and someone said GG to you, would that feel good? That's kind of my main thing. Okay, so it's still called the Frankentank in Russian. That's so cool. Why can't we have that? That would be so much better. I'm disappointed now. He doesn't have that much HP left, but he's having a nice little bit of a farming game here. And there we go, 1k points. And it's the end. Lovely game. Very nice little farm. This is one of those games like, because they weren't shooting you at most of the time, you could easily get the shots in, and that's not trying to look down on the game, because it was a really good game. But that's the thing, like for me, that's like the perfect ace combination. The fact that you can just basically you can farm, and you're just not being focused on. That's the ideal team to have. Let's see. What else have I got for you? I got one more. Another one. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that because the... Yeah, in a few minutes we will get the invite. So instead I'm just going to rage to you about this. Like, I like that sometimes you can get some extra stuff if you spend money. And then you can get extra stuff like in the game for spending money. I hate that they're releasing a new tank for the equivalent of, I think, 300, 400, 500 euro or something that you have to spend in order to get it. In my opinion, that's ridiculous. And I get what Wargaming is going for, but it's too much. But yeah, there's a lot of sales happening, and some of the sales are like really, really good. You probably won't get tanks like the K91 cheaper than this, same as with the AMX 30B. 907 is a lovely tank and not 4 tier 10, not too expensive. But there's like a lot of fun tanks in here that are like on sale. So that part of the Black Friday stuff that I really like. This, you wouldn't say it, this tank is so funny. And it's cheap. But it is a little light tank and it is a little monster. And basically you can be so annoying driving around and emptying your clip like that and all. It's great fun. But yeah, I don't like what Wargaming is doing with the Caro. And to be fair, I'll be perfectly honest, that's partly because I'm not going to spend that amount of money on the tank. But I really like the tank, so I really wish I could. So yeah, now we're just waiting and we're in the garage and we see the Blitz Ultimate Cup flags hanging. And we have a screen there. How cool would it be though, like if you could be in your garage and like the live streams would be playing there? That would be not awesome. But yeah. Yeah, but that's what I mean, like, I gotta say, I know that when you say you do not mean it like that, but that's generally how it will come across. So yeah, there's that. To be fair though, if you wish to continue that, don't stop that on my behalf. I'm just explaining my point of view and that's all. Let's see. Under 2 minutes left to go before we've got the room invite. Chart all updated. There we go. So we have, actually no, I got a little cheat sheet there. So you have Appa with 9 points, Serenity with 8, Ikra with 6. Pink now has 4 points. BPS Gravitas has 4 points as well. Raid has 2 points. BPS Spit Rennery has 5 points in total. And Jokes has 2 points. So that's like this total score right now. And tomorrow is going to be much more important because then you've got the last 3 rounds. Like I said, I don't know who I'm streaming yet then. But to be fair, regardless of which matchup I get, the matches are going to be epic because there's a lot riding on them and there's a lot of pressure. Because tomorrow, it all goes down. If they don't win tomorrow, if they don't get the points tomorrow, then it's not happening this season. And this is by far the biggest season of the year. So that on its own is pretty cool. And I am looking forward to that. So yeah, now we're just waiting for the invite, which will come along shortly. Yes, I have a filter on, because sometimes I have tanks on here. Basically, I'll show you. I'll first accept this and ready up. I have a filter on, because sometimes I have tanks on here that I shouldn't have. This is the grand total of my tanks. 530, because it is a press account, so it should have everything. But the reason that I've got the filter on is, like I said, because sometimes there's tanks on here that I'm not allowed to show on stream yet. Because I'm an NDACC, which means that I have to sign a non-disclosure agreement, which means that I get tanks early at times to make reviews or footage just to prepare for an event like I did with the Waffle, the Waffenträger Ritter, which is going to start tomorrow, and of course the Caro I made a review on beforehand and everything like that. Yeah, so you have to buy about 205 euros in order to get the Caro, which is... it's too much. Like, I love the tank, don't get me wrong. And I don't mind spending a set amount of money for a tank. But in this case, when you have everything else, there's also very little incentive to spend that amount of money on the game. When you literally do not have anything else to grind or buy for. One of my clanmates actually got the Caro, and he's now got 282k gold. Which is a ridiculous amount of gold. But he's got everything, so he's got nothing to spend it on. So yeah, I am a collector as well, and I would love it, and I'm going to wait for it and hope that I can get it soon, or that it's going to be in the snow globes for Christmas or something like that. But at the same time, I'm not going to spend €205 on a pixel tank. I've spent far more than that over the game in general over the years, don't get me wrong. Like, way, way much. I think I'm around 5k maybe. But that's over 8 years, now 8.5. So if you look at it like that, that equals about €50 per month, and then it's not too bad. But spending €205 in one go just to get a tank, yeah, I'm not doing that. Especially if I have to spend all of that when I've got no reason to, because I've got everything else. The only tank that I'm currently missing, well, aside from the Caro, is Lorraine Fearless. I'm working on that. So yeah, with Pink versus Jokes, we are going to go to Yukon as our first map. 4 bases on that one. I actually do have like all the maps here. Like, I could show you, this is the map that we're going to. I haven't done this in a long time, basically because I always, I'm afraid that I'll forget to take the map away again. But this is the map that we're going to. We've got 4 caps there. But the main reason that I generally don't show the maps anymore is simply the fact that their team, this is a team game, and anything can happen. Basically, if you have a team and they're communicating together and they've made tactics together, then my guesses on what they might do are mute, because they can do anything as a team. They can go anywhere as a team. So that's why I've basically stopped showing the maps and everything. And of course, I could show it and we could talk about like the maps and what they're like and everything. And I can talk to you about where I like to go as a player. But that is not tour related because I don't play tours. Like, sometimes we have one for shits and giggles with my clan, but I don't actually play them. I was part of the first Twister Cup ever, but that's a long, long time ago. That was like 2016, I believe. And I was part of that, and since then I've just been streaming tours, and I absolutely love it, and I think that I'm at least half alright at analyzing games. But the thing is that playing tours is actually really, really stressful. And it takes a lot of time and energy because you have to be like super OP at the game itself to play at this level. And then you have to spend time training and discussing tactics and all of that. And that's a lot to ask though, because it's not like you can make a living out of this, not with Blitz. So yeah, I don't play tours, I just stream them and I love streaming them. But yeah, Jokes is now ready with 5 Type 71s, a Kranwagen and an E50M, and versus an LT. Oof, 4 Type 71s, a VK90 and another LT. That was only just in time. You don't want that sort of stuff happening. And let's see. Marcinek and the E50M, which is a tank that we've not really seen much at all. So I think that they've definitely got something special in mind with that. Svinograd on the other side going for the spotting, which is not happening yet, but he does spot Marcinek now, so they know that there's someone there. He shoots him, gets spotted himself. B and C are being kept. Marcinek is going to remain spotted for a while longer. Svinograd is no longer spotted now. They did blind shot at him though, but it didn't hit. And A and D are also being kept. Going up about equally. And Jokes will have a tiny point advantage of about 15 points. Which honestly is not a lot. Pepple being a little forward there. Base B is of course not completely unprotected. Especially not with Balwan and Polako turning back towards it to defend it. Because right now, and this is the thing, we have Svino driving around to spot. But being very careful with that. Marcinak peeking over very carefully. But Jokes just has to defend. As long as they can keep the bases like this and keep that advantage, they don't need to push. At the same time, Pink only needs to stand in base B for some seconds to get that advantage back. Even if they do not cap it, they only need to stand in it to keep them from getting points from it for a little bit. And I think that's one reason why base B is quite heavily protected, because D is a lot harder to reach. Pink rotating around, Rico running around again. Hoping to spot someone. But right now I'm just really floating around because nothing is happening. Everyone is holding. Both teams have 2 bases. And nothing is happening. Now we have Pepple moving a little bit. Scorpion Drago gets spotted, so does Chisani. And they are making a move now. Pepple gets spotted. Scorpion Drago moving in. That is not a decap shot. And this is the thing. They don't even need to cap it. They want to cap it, but they don't need to. Pink is moving in. Pushing through. Going after Shazan. No, they're going after Patrick first. And they did actually cap base B. Patrick taking hits here. Brain losing a lot of HP now. Patrick doing a good job at bouncing as much as he can. Whereas Brain is losing more HP as he tries to survive this. They need... Oof. Patrick is the first one gone. Now you have Chisani. Big focus on, but Asuka is almost there. He's going to take out Brain. And he does do that. Flame now being focused on, but Chisani is very low on HP. Svinograd gets taken out on the other side. There goes Chisani and Artyom. And now we have Flame trying to get out of... This is a good blocking shot by Balwan there. Basically blocking him from going anywhere. And they're just sort of ignoring. But look at this. Pink is actually winning on points. And there's not much they can do about it. They're not going to be able to arrive at all the bases in time. Because now... 996, 999, 1k, there we go. Pink winning on caps and points again. Because while everyone is focusing on the action taking out the tanks, they're going around and capping all the bases. Well played. This is the thing though, this is one of the reasons that I really love spectating Pink. Because of battles like this. Where they're just cleverly occupying the other team. And then just going around capping all the bases and winning on points. And yes, they could have taken out the guns bit by bit, probably. But they just play it safe. And that's an important thing. Because if you have a supremacy battle, you need to play supremacy. And that's what they're doing gloriously. So that's actually been really nice to watch so far. And let's see. 1 minute and 3 seconds left before we go into the second game. It is again a best of 7. Meaning that the first team to reach 4 victories gets the point. And again, a lot is riding on this. Because basically if Jokes does not win this, then they will have a very hard time reaching top 4. And it will be near impossible. Because that would be under the assumption that no one else with more points currently than them will get more points. And that's probably not happening. And no, I am not Anna Tortic. She is an absolutely amazing person. Lovely woman. But I am not her. So now, Jokes is ready with 4 Type 71s, a 6CTP, a VK90 and an LT. And on the other side we see 2 LTs, 4 Type 71s and a VK90. And let's see. Bonsoir, Lucas. So on top level, basically the go-to tanks are the Type 71. There's other tanks, the LT is being used a lot. We sometimes see Nice 4 and a Kranwagen, a VK as you see here now. 60DP is quite heavily there, but mostly it is Type 71. Because that's just the most competitive right now. Polaka going for the cap. Swino drove through it to spot. Shoots Patrick for it, who's now going to be spotted for a lot longer. At the same time we have Rico pulling back from there. Not wanting to be there. But Pink has a tiny point advantage now. But now A is being capped. D is not being capped right now. We actually, Polako is running around the back again. Thought for a moment he was going to go and decap base D, which is basically logically what they're going for right now. They just don't know with whom and how many tanks. Svinograd all the way in the corner now. And D is now capped as well. And Jokes has about a 20-ish point advantage now. Svina going for the spot there. Polako is there, but behind the rock. Patrick is spotted. This is tricky, because you basically have light trying to outspot light. And they don't know from the other that they're there. But logically they would be there. Polako gets spotted. Svinograd does not, mainly because of the fallen tree there. He does spot and shoot Polako. That's a good shot though. Because now Polako is also spotted for 20 seconds. And Pink is pushing in. Going after Patrick here. They seem to be a bit uncertain on who to focus. Brain being focused on by the other side. Patrick losing quite a bit of HP though. And now we have Asuka arriving as well. Brain taking massive hits here. Almost gone. Patrick going in. No, it's actually Asuka that finishes him off. And we have Svinograd taking hits. Scorpion Drago being farmed a little bit as well. Svinograd behind the... Oof, Polako gets taken out. Svinograd being pushed into the line of fire. And they need... basically all the light tanks, they're pivotal. Patrick is still alive on very low HP. Marcinek side scraping like a boss. Asuka and Patrick both got taken out right now. And now Pink has a gun advantage again. And they're shooting different people, and that's an issue. Cesani not looking too healthy. And they have actually Flame shooting them in the back. Cesani gets taken out. And Flame is just casually behind Venu, who is only now turning around to shoot him. But then he gets taken out as well. And we're again at 3 bases for Pink. 950 points. They're not losing this. There's no way that they're losing this. Even if Scorpio were to die in time, which he probably will not. There we go. 1k points. Scorpion still survives. But so does Marcinek, the last one left alive for Jokes. And the game is for Pink again. Very well played. Again, it's cleverly played because it adds under pressure all those caps and everything. It basically forces, in this case, Jokes to react. And it's kind of like they're... Pink is safeguarding their victory, because if they do not win on kills, then they will win on points anyhow, because they have all those bases. So now we're getting ready for Black Goldville. A reset in mind as well as map. 2-0 currently for Pink. So the pressure is building for Jokes. And let's see, Pink now ready with 4 Type 71s, 2 LTs and an IS-4, depending on if Scorpio keeps the type now. No, he goes for another IS-4. So 2 IS-4s, 2 LTs and 3 Type 71s. Versus potentially 3 Type 71s, a 6 CTP, 2 IS-7s and an LT. And you do kind of need that spawning thing here, because... in this case, also with running around and camping bases, if that's your primary function, then you definitely need the mobility. But also, we see the light tanks going to positions where they can spot people crossing over and then shoot them and keep them spotted. So let's see. Into the third battle of this best of 7 we go. And let's see. Jokes heading towards the base A side. Well, we have Pink focusing a bit on both sides, but sending Spinograd ahead to do some spotting. Neither of them are spotting the other, which makes sense, they both have a bush. Ooh. Was a bit afraid there because my game just suddenly froze on me. Never a fan of that. Well, we've got Pink in relatively defensive positions. With Rico going for base C probably. Going to see who's there and then probably moving in. Patrick has been spotted. Venu is now spotted as he caps. And now we have Rico capping base C as well. Ooh, they do decap that a little bit more. Not in time because Venu was actually the main capper there. And Cezanne that took the hit. So Jokes has a tiny point advantage again. Of course, they've got tanks stacked in the caves as well. Jokes now, base Venu takes a hit there. Now they just have to be careful. But that being said though, Pink has their tanks stacked here as well. They're expecting a push on these two. Whereas we have the LTs running around going for the other side, and they have spotted Rico, so they know that he's there. And we have Pink moving in. So I'm just basically flying over fast to get there in time and easily, because my basically the hotkeys that I've got don't really work and confuse my windows. Pink pushing in. Venu is the preferred target, but Flame has lost a lot of HP as well. El Polaco is actually the first tank gone, but Flame is not going to be long for this world either. I'm stuck in the rock, okay. Which for now is an issue, but I will... There we go. Balwan going after Scorpion Drago. Oof, big hits there. But at the same time, Cezanne gets taken out. Scorpion Drago. Patrick is gone. Martinek is gone. It is 2 versus 6. The whole other side collapsed to the lights basically. And that is just too many guns. And it's just not working as well as Jokes had wanted. Pink's pushing too strong, keeping their tanks alive too long. Now we just have Asuka here. And there he goes. Quick and brutal death. Honestly though, games like this... I mean, we missed like half the battle because half the battle was happening elsewhere. But I wanted to focus on the push. And the push didn't necessarily go flawlessly, but it still worked out very well for Pink. And Jokes has a really tough time now, because now Pink is up for potential match point. And Jokes would have to win 4 in a row in order to get the point. And that's definitely not going to be easy. I'm not going to say it's impossible, because we have seen epic comebacks before. But it's not altogether all that likely, to be fair. For the second game on Black Goldville, Pink is now taking 2 LTs, 2 60s and 3 Type 71s. And on Jokes' side, we see 4 Type 71s, a 113, an LT, and potentially an IS-7. And there's a lot riding on this for Jokes as well, because... I mean, I'd have to see who they be up against tomorrow. But... And everything can happen, don't get me wrong. Top 8 is very strong, so all these teams are epic. And even if I call out stuff that basically people don't do well or anything, in this case it's more Pink playing really well, and Jokes is playing... I'm trying to find the right words for what I'm trying to say. Basically, if you have a battle, you can lose that battle, or the other team can win the battle. And if you lose that battle, that basically means that you've made some more or less obvious mistakes that led to the downfall of the battle. And if you win the battle, then basically that team outplayed the other team. And in this case, it feels definitely like Pink is winning rather than Jokes losing, so to speak. I hope I'm making any sense at all. I'm trying to explain it right. Pink is really, really strong tonight. And that's absolutely a joy to see. But I do feel both for Raid and for Jokes. Because I know how epic they are as well. Let's see. Jokes now focusing on the base C side. But sending Polako in for a quick spot. Into the bush to see if anyone is there. Pepple does get spotted. Rico does not. We have Svinograd holding the bush as well. The thing is that when you have 2 of these little fleas running around, that makes it a lot harder. Base A is now being kept. Martinek is protecting base B. Pink is going for base A, and now Rico is just being very forwards and going to see where everyone is. And he does spot Asuka there. So they know that there's someone there. He's now spotted as well. Marcinek is being pushed. I think they mainly just wanted to see how many tanks were there. And that is important information for Pink. Because now Asuka is there. And we have Jokes responding. Scorpion Drago is very unhealthy here. Does get taken out first. Marcinek is still alive with barely. Does get taken out there though. But now Artyom is being focused on. And if they get their shots in, if they make it count. Polako lost a lot of health there. And there goes Artyom. We have the LTs versus Polako there. Who's not going to live for it. 2 guns gone on each side. They need to take those LTs out. Those are the primary targets here. Balwan losing HP on the other side of the map. Ramming speed for Patrick, which helps take out Rico. Svinograd might escape because of that though. And he does, he's not going to get caught. Balwan is taken out, it is 4v4. Jokes has a point advantage. Asuka is holding. But Pink has a light tank advantage. And an HP advantage here. And they kind of need to continue pushing. At the same time, they need to be very careful not to overextend. Venu and Zizani going to push Brain, who is still focusing on Asoka. And now have Zizani almost gone. He does not get that shot in, which is pretty important. And now Brain got that kill. Asuka is being pushed on. And we have Venu and Svinograd. Patrick, all the shots need to go in at this stage, and they need to high roll, not low roll. Venu is almost gone. Because... oof, there goes Brain. It is 2 versus 3, but look at the amount of HP. 404 for Jokes. With a bit of fire, which is helping things as well. And Svinograd is going to take out Venu as well. Light tanks making all the difference this matchup. And Flame actually gets him. But the game and the matchup are for Pink. Again, amazingly big. And I feel for Jokes. Because like I said, they're epic as well. But Pink was just so much stronger this matchup. All those little things this evening, I have to say. And this is gonna sound like I'm fangirling for Pink, and maybe I am. But Rico in that LT in the matches on Port Bay. And then you have like the blocking from Brian. And now you had Brain. I keep saying Brian, honestly. But yeah, the blocking from Brain, that was just all important, several matches as well. It's these little things that Pink is doing that are making all the difference. This is the Pink that I've been waiting to see, that we saw this evening. But that just didn't came out in the few matches that we've managed to stream in the top 8 earlier of them. This was beautiful. Commiserations to Jokes, because like I said, you are an epic team. Pink is just really strong right now, and this is honestly, I love seeing it like this as well, like seeing what is going on and what can happen, because this Pink should definitely be in the top 4, but Pink has some tough matches up ahead versus BPS and Ikra tomorrow, but that should be beautiful to watch as well. So for the other matchups, that is still going, obviously. I'm not going to wait for all of that. I am very excited for tomorrow, to be fair. I really want to see what's going to happen. And I sincerely hope, like, BPS versus BPS is the last match. That's something I'm always a bit like, sus. It's not, these teams, they're very different teams, but basically if they're like totally affiliated, that is always a bit tricky, and I trust them to be played fairly. But BPS versus BPS on its own, that sounds weird, would be for the same for any clan. We have had, again, not saying that BPS is like this, because I do not believe they are. They're just different teams fighting under the similar clan tag. But they're very different teams, and they're both fighting for top 1, basically. There have been seasons before where teams from the same clans did questionable stuff. So that's why when I see the same clan tag, this is, again, it's not literally the same, but like pretty much the same clan tag happening, that's always tricky. That being said, though, like I said, they're completely different teams, and I know that they're going to play it fairly. But yeah, that's our top 8 for now. I am not going to wait for all the matches to be over, because that could be a while. Tomorrow I will be doing that, because then it's the last, basically 3 matches for the top. And then anything can still happen. And after that we will know who is in the top 4, so that's very much important. So for me, that is it for now. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for the games, lovely, lovely Pink, and of course Jokes and Raid as well. I'm sorry it didn't come out tonight. Like I keep saying, you guys are epic as well. I couldn't dream of playing on this level, and you definitely do and deserve to be here. it's just tonight pink was just incredibly strong. So thank you, pink, for the lovely games, and thank you all for watching. And I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow for the next 3 and the last 3 of the round robins. So have a good night, everyone, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.